Hello, and welcome to the crossover, where nothing is out of bounds and everything is fair game. We have a lot to cover with you today, but first, let's check in with the Tunnel Crew. Please give a warm welcome to Stats, Aggie P, Rooftop, TP, and Big T.
What's happening, everybody? And once again, it is time for At Home with the Crossover. I am your man, Big T, alongside the usual cast of characters, my tag team partners. And we're going to start with Blind Man Radar. What's going on? Hey, Radar, do you know who we have on as a guest tonight? Do you know?
I think I do.
Oh,
He's kind of loud. He ain't got with a lot of hurricanes.
You can't see him, though, can you?
I can see him. I can see him.
Okay.
He like to blow a lot of debris.
Oh, okay. All right.
Now is the way
Now
the
is the way.
hurricanes come to play.
There you go. Hey, so that's our man Radar. Then we jumping over here to the Birdman. He's biggest Eagles fan on the show, the only Eagles fan on the show. And he represents each and every week wearing his Eagles cap and his big game ring. Bird, what's up, man?
Last time Larry was on, he outdid me with the blanket. Kudos.
Oh, that's right. He did drop the mic on you. I forgot about that.
He did.
Hey, and then we got Bro Mel, smooth as ice, y'all. Mr. Cool himself, the Elon legend. Bro Mel is in the house. What's going on, Bro Mel?
Hey, praise the Lord. Glad to be here again. Miss you guys.
Hey, absolutely. Thank you. Missed you too, man. Then we got the man that brings Ag swag to the show each and every week, talking about none other than Aggie P. And we waiting for his patented line. Aggie P, what's up?
Aggie Pride is nationwide, Big T.
There you go. Love that mic, man. That mic sounded good.
You, man.
Sounded
good. Trying
brother.
to upgrade a little bit.
Sounded good, brother. Hey, and then we got the resident baseball expert in the house. None other than Stats is in the building. What's going on, Stats?
How y'all doing today? The Dodgers are doing real well. They sure are.
I know you happy. I know you're happy. Hey, listen up here. Tonight on this edition of At Home with the Crossover, we asked the question, are the Nets better with KD and Kyrie or worse? You know, because I don't know. And will the Suns, Grizzlies, Warriors, 76ers survive? You know, because they're being pushed to the max. And the Birdman will continue his breakdown of the 2022 NFL Draft. But first, we are joined by longtime Carolina Hurricanes season ticket holder. In fact, he is the longest standing season ticket holder for the Carolina Hurricanes. He's also our man, our Carolina Hurricanes correspondent. We'll talk about none other than Larry. He is in the house. Larry joins us now on the crossover. What's going on, Larry?
Oh, big things going on. Getting ready for the playoffs next week.
There you go.
Determine who we're going to play and when.
Can't wait, man. It's playoff time. And, you know, a lot of things happening. You know, the Canes, they're on fire right now. And like we talked about, you know, you and I talked off the air, you know, the Canes are one of those teams that they're hot right now. And it seems like everything's going right for them. And so the playoffs are starting next week. I believe it's next Tuesday. And so the question I had for you right out the gate is, what should we expect from the Canes as they end the regular season and head on into the postseason?
Okay. You know, well, it's easy to say they're hot right now, but go back a week ago last Saturday when we played Colorado in Denver, we lost 7-4, and we lost a goalie and we lost our captain to injuries. And I was at that game in Denver, and the fans were not happy. We thought that this is the end of the road. We're going to be fourth or fifth in the in the rankings, and it's going to be awful. Well, we've won 4 games since then. Okay. And we've played together as a team. We've had to call up a goalie who had never played in the NHL, does not speak one word of English. He's Russian. And he won a game Saturday, and then he had to come in because our second backup goalie was injured Sunday. So he finished that game and actually won it. He is starting tonight. So this is his time to shine.
Yeah.
He's only 19 or 20 years old. He looks like he's 13. He weighs 205 pounds and is 6'3". He moves quick. I mean, to be young again. Yeah. So he's fun to watch, and we'll see. I think that we are prepared. I think that we can go on and go pretty far in the playoffs, the way we are playing and the way we play as a team.
Okay. Well, and that interesting that you mentioned him, because that leads me to the next question. And basically, of all the Hurricanes players, all the guys on the roster, who, in your opinion, is the most important, or the one that they're going to rely on the most coming down the stretch and going throughout the playoffs? Is it this young cat at goalie?
Well, the goalie is of utmost importance, of course.
Yeah.
But the one I think they're going to really rely on is our captain, Jordan Stahl. He is back, and he has been playing well. He's a big man. He hits. He forces the turnovers of the puck, and he knows how to skate really well. He has been on our best line for months now. And that line is very important for setting the tone for the other lines to come in. But I also want to say there's always going to be one surprise player during the playoffs that you just don't think about.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to be number 24, Seth Jarvis. He was like a walk-on. He wasn't signed with the Canes, but he came and practiced with the team, and the coach liked him so much, he signed him.
Okay. All right.
He's small. He's only 5'10". He weighs 175 pounds, and he's 20 years old. But he has ways of scooting in and getting goals, and he's had like 3 goals in the last 3 games. So watch him.
There you go. Hey, anybody else from the Tunnel Crew want to ask Larry a question because I can ask him questions all day, but I'm going to hand it off and see if there's anybody else that wants to ask him something.
I got a question.
Yes, sir.
This is in general, not just for the Carolina Hurricanes, but just in general. How do hockey players condition themselves physically for the playoffs? Because I know that's a totally different beast than the regular season.
Yeah, it is. But you know what? The Hurricanes condition themselves all year long. They are the best NHL team as far as that goes. And the reason that is because our coach, Rod Brindamore, if you saw him without a shirt, you would not want to approach him. I mean, he is built, and he works as hard as the players do after games. He'll be on a bike, or he'll be lifting weights, and he'll make sure that the others are doing the same thing. And that's a great question, because in the playoffs, you'll see that if it goes to overtime, it doesn't end until someone scores a goal. Yep. And I've seen the game go to 3 overtimes, and that's like a whole new game.
Yep,
and
it is.
Our players will be able to outskate and outperform the other team. I guarantee it 90% of the time at least.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow. Hey, anybody else? All right.
We just ready for the playoffs, Big
They're ready for the playoffs.
Yeah. And this young goalie, man. Hey.
I'm looking forward to seeing what he does tonight. Yeah.
Yeah, he'll be fun.
And this is a big game against on the road at the Rangers. Like Larry was saying, they're currently ahead of the Canes, but if they win, hey, if the Canes win, then they're gonna set themselves up to slay that monster. And they beat them at New York last month.
Yes,
I think right.
Yes,
wasn't that game like right after you came on the show last month?
Yes, I believe it was. And yes, we outplayed them. I hope we do the same thing tonight.
And that was at New York too, wasn't it?
That's correct. And we have about 5 players who came from the Rangers. So they want to show them up as well.
There you go. All right. Hey, next question I have is what do you see being the biggest strengths or weaknesses for the Canes heading into the playoffs?
Well, the goalie question is huge.
Mm-hmm.
There's no question about that. The strength is the team getting together and not letting pucks get through to the goalie.
Yeah.
And you'll notice that we have the fewest shots on goal, or it's either number 1 or 2, the fewest shots on goal than any other team in the league. And as long as we can play that well, that's our strength. Our strength starts in our defense and ends in our offense. But that's our strength, the defense of the team.
Yeah. Anybody else got a question? All right. Well, hey, I'm going to jump on to my last question, and that is the team in the Eastern Conference that you are most concerned about, the team that really puts a little, I don't want to say fear in your heart, but that makes you nervous, you know?
Oh, no, it's fear. And no one gave them credit for doing this, but Florida Panthers are unbelievable. I mean, they just came off of a streak where they won 9 games in a row.
Ooh.
And they are sitting players down in these games to rest them up for the playoffs.
Wow.
If they continue to play the way they have, it's going to be, they're going to be in the finals.
Wow.
But we never know. That's why we play the game.
That's exactly why they play the games. That is exactly. Well, and let me let everybody know something. A 9-game winning streak in hockey, it's not like, in football where you'll see teams go on, 6, 7, 8, 9-game winning streaks. That's hard to do in hockey, because hockey is one of those sports, man, where it's, just a lucky shot. You hit the puck down the ice, it bounces off the goaltender's pads and scoots by him, and you lose. So it's just one of those, because every game is 2-1, 3-2. These games are always tight like that. So it's hard to win, go on a winning streak like that. So if you got a team winning 9 in a row, you're doing something.
And when you play back-to-back games,
yep.
One game in Florida on Friday, and Saturday you're playing in Toronto. It's that kind of stuff. Yeah.
All right. Well, hey, Larry, you have a hockey name of the day for us heading out?
I do. This player plays for the Winnipeg Jets. And I saw him play the other night, and I turned to my wife and I said, I got my hockey name. His name is Neil Pionk. Pionk.
Pionk.
Yeah, Pionk. Isn't that great?
Hey, I got a little nervous at first when you said Neil P. I was like, Pionk. Yeah, man. Hockey, soccer, any of those sports that have a lot of international players, they have some great names, man.
Yes, they do.
You mentioned one earlier. Was it Vasilevsky?
Yeah, Vasilevsky. Yeah, the goalie for Tampa Bay. Yeah.
So hockey has some great names. Well, Larry, hey, we appreciate you joining us, and go Canes, man. Thanks again.
Go Canes. Thanks for having me. Look forward to next time.
All right. Thank you, Larry.
Okay.
Hey, everybody, that was Larry, our Carolina Hurricanes correspondent, joining us at his normal time every month. He usually steps in to break down the Hurricanes and NHL for us. We really appreciate that. When we come back, we got a lot to talk about with the NBA playoffs, NFL draft, and Major League Baseball. We'll do it all on the other side. You're listening to At Home with the Crossover.
Joy is here. What's the answer? Joy in the morning. The crossover. You can find them all right here on 100.7 WLJF. There's no need to be down when there's plenty of joy to go around. Get your daily dose and turn that frown upside down. Love and Faith Radio, 100.7 WLJF, The Joy.
My name is Priscilla Van. I'm with Hometown Insurance Service. I'm an independent insurance agent that specializes in Medicare, senior solutions, life and health. I work with dozens of companies so that I can offer you the appropriate coverage as well as the affordable price for your insurance needs. If I can help you, please contact me at my website, hometowninsuranceservice.com, or email me at hometown.insurvice, or you can find me on Facebook at Hometown Insurance Service. Thank you.
Times are changing. We all have questions about the future. Join us as we find the answers through the Word of God.
Love and Faith Christian Fellowship invites you to join our congregation. One church, 2 locations, Greensboro and Kernersville.
We're helping people on their path to find God as we provide spiritual leadership and growth through diverse ministry.
Celebrating over 25 years of ministry. Join our Love and Faith community where Jesus Christ is Lord and the people are loved.
All right, welcome back to At Home with the Crossover. Make sure you catch us every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. on YouTube. Be sure to go to the Love and Faith Radio YouTube channel. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, tell everybody you know about it, because you don't want to miss the Birdman's eagle hat dominating the screen there. You know, we didn't even know Bird was there. We just saw the eagle hat, you know, the eagle logo. And you don't want to miss Blind Man Radar wandering around, bumping into the brick wall behind him. You definitely don't want to miss that. And you don't want to miss Mr. Smooth, you know, doing his thing with the radio DJ voice, and Aggie P with the new microphone and always wearing Aggie gear. And of course, Stats, you know, picking out his beard and getting ready for the baseball update. So, hey, tune in every Tuesday night, 7 p.m. live on YouTube. And then on Thursday nights, you can catch the audio version of the original Crossover Sports Show, and that's Thursday nights at 7 p.m. And you can find that on WLJFradio.com. You can also download the 100.7 WLJF app, which is available both in Google Play and the iTunes stores. YouTube, 7 p.m. Tuesday nights on the Love and Faith Radio YouTube channel. All right, everybody.
Big T.
Yes, sir.
I wanted to interrupt you if I may. I'm filling in for TP tonight with social media.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, right. I wanted to let you know that Mr.
Thank you, man.
is joining us. Right now, he's online. Small one just said, what's up to the Tunnel Crew.
Okay.
He's online. Then B. Smith, you know B. Smith online too. He hit me up. He said, what's up to the Tunnel Crew?
All right.
He said he wanted to get one of those Aggie shirts right there.
You want the Aggie shirt?
Yeah, he want to get one of those Aggie shirts.
Aggie Pride is nationwide shirt.
That's right. Nationwide on it.
There you
go. Nationwide, Aggie Pride, nationwide. Well, so they showing love on social media. I just wanted to let everybody know.
Hey, glad you said that, man. Because thank you, Radar. I appreciate that. I'm surprised you could see it, man.
Well, I can see that much, sir.
Oh, okay, good.
Even if you can't, sir.
Hey, and by the way, y'all, I forgot to mention after I introduced everybody, I was so excited to get to Larry. I forgot to mention that, hey, together we are the Tunnel Crew, watching everything that happens inside and outside of the tunnel leads to the lines of competition in the world of sports. We got to let everybody know what we do. And that's
the fine in the mailbox, Birdman.
Yeah, there we go. Put the fine.
There's a fine.
Go ahead and find
show GTCC no love again.
Tunnel Crew fine, man. All right, well, hey, it's time in the beginning of this second segment to turn our man loose. So, you know, ESPN has Mel Kiper Jr. and Todd McShay, and NFL Network has Bucky Brooks and a whole host of other NFL draft analysts, because they cover the draft, NFL draft, more than any channel. I mean, they got a whole show called Path to the Draft that starts running in the off season and runs all the way up to the draft. And then even after the draft, they still doing Path to the Draft. I'm like, I thought the draft was over. But we have our very own specialist. His name is Isaiah Pfeiffer, but he goes by Birdman on this show. And you know, before we took our little mini break last week, you know, he did. So what he's doing all the Tunnel Crew's favorite teams draft needs. except for TP, she doesn't have a team, but she represented Carolina Panthers. So he did my team, the Dolphins, last time. He did the Green Bay Packers for Bromell. He did Aggie P's Giants. And like I said, he did Carolina Panthers for TP and the fans. So now it is time for him to break down the rest of the Tunnel Crew teams, which would be Stats, Dallas Cowboys. We also have another Green Bay Packer fan on the crew, Radar. So he's going to do the Packers again, and then he's going to do his very own team, the Philadelphia Eagles, and it looks like he's already got them up on the screen now. So I'm going to turn him loose. Then hand the ball off to you, Birdman. Don't fumble it. It's time for the Birdman Draft Preview 2022.
Let me start by going for the first down real quick. Howie Roseman, you made a stupid decision in trading one of your 3 picks to New Orleans. Now, I hope and pray to God that you don't do nothing crazy come Thursday night. I hope that with the 15th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Philadelphia Eagles will select Chris Olave, from wide receiver from Ohio State.
Oh,
I hope that we do that. But
Chris
then again,
Olave, okay.
Yeah, look, that man, if you ever had an opportunity to see him play on,
he's a beast. Yeah,
he is a beast, man. That's exactly what Philadelphia needs. If we would have held out a little bit longer, Debo, we would have got you too.
Man, so you're talking about pairing him up with Devontae Smith, who got injured last year, but still had a pretty big season as a rookie. So you're talking about trying to have it now. Jalen Hurts, is he going to be the one that holds them back if they draft Olave?
That's exactly what the problem right there. And Sirianni, that play calling. Speaking of wide receivers, if y'all recall, last week, the week before, when we had our break before the week, I had told Radar that they're not going to break this curse. But I'm going to do something that Radar usually does all the time. I'm going to pull an audible.
Oh,
it's going to happen. Not with the first pick that they got in the first round, but it will happen with the 28th pick.
Look at Radar.
In the 2022 NFL Draft. The Green Bay Packers select Christian Watson, wide receiver from North Dakota State.
Look at Radar.
Radar.
Hey, Radar leaned in on the computer.
What you think, Radar? I know you got something to say. What you think?
Trying to pretend like he could see the monitor.
You know what? It was better than a lineman. It's better than a lineman. I give you that much, sir. And kudos on pulling the audible on the draft board, sir.
Yeah, y'all need a receiver with speed and sticky hands right there. See,
yes, sir. And a small school, might I add. I kudos to that, sir. Also,
hey, Jerry Rice was from a small school, Mississippi Valley State. So, you never know. Guys might have the next Rice.
Now let's close it out with.
Hey, hold on a minute, real quick. I want to get Bromel's thoughts since he's a Packer fan too. What did you think about that pick, Bromel?
Well, what you have, Aaron Rodgers gonna make the receiver. So
there
long as he got good hands and can get open, then he's gonna get the target.
Yeah.
So it's not the quality of wide receivers. If he has good hands, can run good routes, he's gonna get the ball to him.
Yeah. Well, hey, I have to be honest with you. I don't know anything about Christian Watson, so
he's a burner.
Okay, so we'll all right. Well, we'll see what happens.
Hey, real quick, B. Smith online signed off on that pick, Birdman. You're doing a great job, sir. He said, you're doing a great job, sir. That's straight from B. Smith online.
There you go. All right, hey, it's the one everybody been waiting for, them Dallas Cowboys. Let's see what's up.
Who cares about this one?
This is the hardest one. What do they need? What do they need?
Everything.
What do they need? Because on defense, it was a one-man show. It was a one-man show on defense. Where was Lawrence and Van Der Esch at? Nowhere to be found. But who was getting the most interceptions there? I digress. But Jerry Jones is probably going to go out there and get an edge with the 24th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft. The Dallas Cowboys select, and forgive me if I pronounce his name wrong, Boye Mayfield.
Mayfield.
Yeah, Boye Mayfield. Thank you, Big T, for covering that. Edge from Minnesota. You know, Jerry Jones loved his little defense. But then again, Jerry Jones in his history in the draft, you know, he don't never get what he needs.
Wait a minute, I just noticed at the bottom of the picture, we them boys.
Yeah, we them boys. I had to put that there because I couldn't put nothing else there. What I gotta put there? The fact that y'all been talking about y'all gonna go to the big game for the last 27 years. What I gotta put there?
I didn't say that. I never said that.
So you never said that stats?
I will go on record for the fans saying that after the playoffs, he was thinking about trading ship to another team.
Oh,
that's what it's considered, but then quickly struck down.
Okay.
Quickly struck it down.
Okay, yeah, okay.
All right, so you happy with that pick, Stats?
I think we need some more line.
Oh Lord,
breaking up.
I digress.
Hey, we heard nothing you said.
For good reason, Big T. For good reason. Nisi online, Miss Nisi Piper said, "Good job, Birdman," and that 2 thumbs down for the Cowboys. 2 thumbs down.
Well, hey, now I'm nervous that we're not gonna be able to make it through this Major League Baseball segment. I'm a little nervous after what I just heard. All right, we're gonna turn our resident baseball expert loose. Stats, go ahead and give us the baseball report.
You all have no worries.
Need to upgrade, Big T.
Y'all have no worries. The Cowboys do not affect my judgment when it comes to Major League Baseball. So first of all, I'm gonna start off by saying some teams that are showing some promise. We got the Pittsburgh Pirates. First off, I'm gonna start off by saying they're actually decent this year at 8. So far, they've won 3 out of 4 against the Cubs at Wrigley. Really good pitching after the 6th inning. I told people going into that series that the game is essentially over if they have the lead or down by 1, and they sure enough proved that was the case. The Brewers, I think they can win that series against the Brewers. They're playing them right now. They're down 2-1. They have 2 more games against them. Another team is the Seattle Mariners. They're 10-6. They're going to be an underdog story most of the season as well because people just don't like believing in a team from Seattle, Washington. Traditionally, they just don't. And all the Mariners do is pitch, and they are a relatively boring team to watch because they don't score a bunch of runs. But, Texas Rangers out there, this is a team that is full of high-paid sluggers, and all that happened is they got completely locked up by the Mariners pitching staff in the Pacific Northwest. And the Mariners also went to Minnesota, which was a frozen tundra, and shut the Twins down, a team with a whole lot of sluggers. So an interesting team are the Mariners. They're half a game ahead of the Angels, another team I think could take the Astros' place this year. They're 10-7. They've got really good pitching from Ohtani and Michael Lorenzen, addition from the Cincinnati Reds. I really think that the Angels' offense, they could just remain healthy for the season. They can do a lot of great things. Joe Adell, up-and-coming prospect, he's been swinging a good bat. They've got some guys, Taylor Ward, and obviously you can't forget the veteran Rendon, and you can't forget Mike Trout, best player in the game. So the Angels look primed to do something this year. Some teams that look better than ever. I got the Mets up there, number 1. I got the Dodgers, number 2. They're 1 game of separation, 13 and 12 wins, respectively. The Giants were 12 wins. Blue Jays were 11 wins. Still have some kinks. I got the Phillies right there. Cardinals, Twins. They could win their division. I think they have to get a little more hitting and a little more pitching, but they could win that division. The White Sox are faltering out the gate. The Rays at 9-7. The White Sox have a little kinks as well. And who knows if they'll hold up due to injuries. I have the Braves, the Rockies, the Rangers, the Padres, and the Milwaukee Brewers rounding out that list. And one more note on the Pirates. I do think that they will get that second wild card spot. And it could be in extremely dramatic fashion, but when you have great pitching, it does happen in dramatic fashion if your hitting is not as good as your pitching. But this is 162 games. I think they'll be a decent team. And I do think the Mariners will get into the playoffs this season for once. So,
okay. Hey, real quick, because we don't have much time, but who just hit 3,000? Who just got the 3,000 hit mark?
era of the Detroit Tigers just reached that plateau of 3,000. And much to the chagrin of Tiger fans, he was not allowed to do it against the New York Yankees because manager decided to. Yeah. So the Yankees remain the evil empire in Detroit. Miguel Cabrera gets hit, and everyone is happy because they won one game against the Yankees. They knew they wouldn't win more than one. So everyone happy. That's it.
Bro Mel don't like you calling them the evil empire, man. He don't like that.
And real quick, Big T, real quick, Ann Mitchell just showed up online and she said, "What's up to the Tunnel Crew? Thoughts and prayers to everybody." And also, Nisi said, "Good job, Birdman, and good job, Stats, on the MLB report."
There you go. Hey, love it. Love it. All right. Hey, thank you, Stats. Thank you, Birdman. Y'all did an excellent job. And hey, we're looking forward to seeing if Birdman is right on the draft, and also keeping up with what Stats said, and see if the Major League Baseball season goes like he said. Hey, everybody, be sure to catch this live at-home edition of the show Tuesday night, 7 p.m. YouTube is the place. Go to the Love and Faith Radio YouTube channel. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, tell everybody you know about it. And then on Thursday nights, catch the audio version of the original Crossover Sports Show. You can find it online at WLJFradio.com. You can also download the app at Google Play and the iTunes Store. When we come back, it's time for the question of the day.
Why so sad when the joy is here? What's the answer? Joy in the morning, the crossover. You can find them all right here on 100.7 WLJF. There's no need to be down when there's plenty of joy to go around. Get your daily dose and turn that frown upside down. Love and Faith Radio, 100.7 WLJF, the joy.
My name is Priscilla Van. I'm with Hometown Insurance Service. I'm an independent insurance agent that specializes in Medicare, senior solutions, life, and health. I work with dozens of companies so that I can offer you the appropriate coverage as well as the affordable price for your insurance needs. If I can help you, please contact me at my website, hometowninsuranceservice.com, or email me at hometown.inservice, or you can find me on Facebook at Hometown Insurance Service. Thank you.
Times are changing. We all have questions about the future. Join us as we find the answers through the Word of God.
Love and Faith Christian Fellowship invites you to join our congregation. One church, 2 locations, Greensboro and Kernersville.
We're helping people on their path to find God as we provide spiritual leadership and growth through diverse ministry.
Celebrating over 25 years of ministry. Join our Love and Faith community where Jesus Christ is Lord and the people are loved.
100.7 WLJF.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to At Home with the Crossover. Hey, catch Blind Man Radar, Mr. Smooth, Bro Mel, Aggie P, repping Aggie Pride, Stats and the Baseball Man, and the Eagles hat. Catch us each and every week, Tuesday nights, live on YouTube. Go to the Love and Faith Radio YouTube channel, YouTube page, excuse me. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, tell everybody you know about it, and then catch the audio version of the original Crossover Sports Show on Thursday nights at 7 p.m. And that can be found online at WLJFradio.com. You can also go to Google Play and the iTunes Store and download the 100.7 WLJF app, and it's available on both of those places. All right. Yes, sir.
Quick.
Yes, sir. Social media, sir.
Real quick.
Go ahead, brother.
Ann Mitchell, Mr. Larry, B. Smith, Small Wonder, all of them on the bench over here. They giving us a lot of love over here on social media right now.
Thank y'all.
Give big up to all of them right now.
Yes.
They're showing a lot of love. They said they like Brother Smooth over there with the V-neck sweater over there, like he getting ready to get a tech. Like,
he look like a coach, don't he?
He like a coach right now, dog. He look like he trying to get a coaching spot right now. I just want to let y'all know what social media was talking about. They like what we talking about so far.
There you go. And thank you to all the fans, all the listeners for all your support. We appreciate y'all, and we couldn't do it without you. So thank you. All right, Ace, man, stats. Woo, boy, I'm telling you, your phone loves the fact you're talking baseball because it cleaned up and shaped up and did pretty good there during your baseball update because I was a little worried, man. So thank the Lord for that. All right, let's jump on in here to I'm gonna blow through.
Have to upgrade.
Say got to upgrade.
Have to upgrade, Big T.
I'm gonna blow through a bunch of stories because they're all pertaining or relating to our question of the day. And the first one is, our favorite team is, our favorite NBA team is back in action. Well, maybe not now. Their action is done for this year. And I'm talking about none other than the Brooklyn Nets. They were most people's favorites before the season started. And they got swept out the playoffs with a broom and a dustpan by Aggie P's Celtics. Aggie P's Celtics just took the broom, swept them up like some dust and lint that comes off from behind the refrigerator and dumped them in the trash. And, it was the 8th time that the Celtics had a 4-game sweep in the history of their franchise. Man, I thought they would have done it more than that. But 8 times they've done that 4-game sweep in the history. The Nets, check this out. And this will really mean something to Bro Mel since he played. Nets shot 50% from the floor, 40% from the 3-point range. I mean, that's pretty good. And still got swept. Still got swept out of there. And one of the biggest reasons, I don't know if y'all watched a lot of those games, the fourth quarter, man, I was watching the game the other night, man, and they were smothering both KD and Kyrie Irving. I mean, them boys had nowhere to go with the ball. So it was almost like they said, you can do whatever you want to for 3 quarters, but 4th quarter, we locking you down. And so that was a big reason why they got swept. And the funny thing was after the game was over, Kyrie and KD were all smiles. They were going up to everybody, hugging, shaking hands. It was like the boys said, hey, bring on vacation. Come on, Hawaii or Cancun or wherever they going. So you got that story there. Then you got the 76ers last night that got blitzed at home by the Raptors. And so now they start off up 3-0. They've lost the last 2. They're going back to Toronto for game 6. And I tell you what, I was listening to Charles and them last night after the game. They said they expect them to get blown out in game 6 in Toronto, and they expect there to be a game 7 in Philly. So it will be interesting to see what happens there. Dallas smashed Utah last night, 102-77. They're up 3-2. Check this out. Luka, 33 points, 13 rebounds, 5 assists. Remember, this guy just came back off an injury, and he was dominant, looked awesome. The other series look like this. Phoenix is tied 2-2. Nobody expected that to be the case with New Orleans. Memphis is tied 2-2 with the Minnesota Timberwolves. Nobody expected that to be the case. Golden State, lost the other day, so their series now 3-1. Miami's up on Atlanta 3-1, but word came down today that Jimmy Butler is out for tonight's game, soreness in the knee, so he's not going to play. So Atlanta might be able to squeak one out there and make that series interesting. And like we just said, the 76ers series might go 7. Boston, your team, Aggie P, the only one that's moved on so far. So that's the NBA side of things. Then jumping on the 4 eligible members of the UNC Iron Five, as they called them, are all returning. Caleb Love made that official on Sunday night when he announced he would be returning. He was the last domino that they were waiting to fall. He announced it. So all 4 of those guys come back. They're only losing Manic, which is a big loss. But he's not coming back. They've already talked about maybe Puff Johnson moving in the lineup and trying to step in and fill his shoes. And then you got USFL kicked off while we were on our break. And, I mean, a lot of the games have been close. A lot of the games come down to the wire. A lot of the games have been, pretty interesting from what I've seen. Exciting games. You had the first 3-point conversion in the history of football. They ran. But the thing is, they panned a couple of stadiums. You had less than 100 fans in some of those stadiums. So we will see if that thing makes it. And there were so many other stories that happened while we were on the break. So let's go ahead and throw out our question of the day there. Most surprising thing to the members of the Tunnel Crew over the last 2 weeks during the sporting cycle. And that includes the stories I just mentioned, Nets getting swept, the Grizz and the Suns both in dog fights. The 76ers in trouble a little bit. But there are also some stories I didn't mention, like Colin Kaepernick announcing that he is willing, finally, after all these years, after they said, if you be a backup, we'll give you a chance. He said he's willing to be a backup as long as he's given a fair shot to have a chance at the start. Deebo Samuels just came out of nowhere saying he wants to be traded from San Francisco. He said he ain't even going to negotiate. He's not even willing to sit down and talk about that. And then, of course, like we said, USFL stadiums half full or not even half full, less than 100 people. So everybody's thoughts, what out of these stories or something that you saw, maybe Tyson Fury with his 6-round TKO knockout, what do you think? Maybe something in baseball, Stats. Your thoughts on what was the most surprising thing that's happened over the last 2 weeks since we did our last live show?
Who's first?
Who is first? Go ahead, Stats. Go ahead, man.
I'll start with something in baseball. Very strange thing that happened. So I was commentating the East Forsyth versus Glenn matchup 2 weeks ago. And this was a very intense game. It came down to the wire. Glenn was beating East Forsyth 3-2 in the bottom half of the seventh. They only played 7 innings because the JV game lasted a while. So basically, Xavier Isaac, one of the players for East Forsyth, one of our right fielders, he's a very good hitter. He's got college commit offers. He pitches too. He's actually going to commit. He committed to Florida. So he came up and he actually struck out his first at bat. Second at bat, he comes up, fans heckling him, talking about, oh, you can't, you swing just like you pitch, like slow. Oh, he heard this, looks back, steps back in the box, blasts a walk-off home run. Interesting note, last night, I'm watching the Giants and Brewers game. Jock Peterson comes up to the plate in the 8th inning. A fan starts talking smack to him. What does Jock do? Jock turns and blasts a home run. Listen to the fans. Stop talking smack to the player in the middle of an at-bat in the most important moment of the game, and maybe he might not hit a home run against you. If you don't give him extra ammunition, he might not beat you.
Hey, learn your lesson for Spike Lee, man, with the Bulls. With the Pacers back in the day.
And I was there at the high school game when it happened, so I'd already seen it. And then it happened in the major league. I'm just laughing like it's definitely been at the high school game.
Yeah. Hey, appreciate that, Stats. Who's up next? Go ahead, Radar.
I would have to say that the Nets getting swept up out the playoffs, that's big news, man. That's huge. And by the way, Small Wonder and B. Smith said that go Celtics.
Ooh.
So, yeah. And that, Duke alumni there, Jason Tatum.
Oh my goodness. Why you got to bring that up, man? Nobody care about that. Jason Tatum,
Small Wonder is a UNC fan, but I had to add that little caveat.
Yeah, we don't care about him. Sorry, I could be up talking about your man, but
Wow. Well, I guess to add on, the surprise to me, I'm right along with Radar, of the Nets getting swept.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought they would win one game. I mean, but getting swept like that, and they supposed to be, such great players. But it just kind of teaches a lesson when you think about team ball. You have to have chemistry.
Yep.
And you got to play together.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, Kyrie just can't take half the year off. He come back to playoffs and they light it up.
Yeah.
You got to have chemistry on the team. And then I fault Durant too, because he didn't show any leadership during the season to hold Kyrie accountable for going on and getting a shot and being a team player. So, you know, them getting swept 4-0, I'm glad they got swept.
Yeah.
I am. But I hope this is a lesson to other players and people that are watching sports. You know, you got to get in the game. You got to get reps. And you have to play together. Don't try to take off and come back to the playoffs and think you're going to succeed. So that was my biggest surprise, that they got swept.
Well, they really had fun with them last night on the Inside the NBA. You know, they always do the gone fishing thing, and they had the boat, and the name of the boat was no sweep till Brooklyn. And then they had another sign that was on the side of the boat. It said something, but I can't think of it right now. If I remember it, I'll tell you. But they were having fun with that. I was laughing. All right, next up.
So that's, you know, I'm right along with Radar and Agape as well with the Nets. Being swept is one thing, but the biggest thing that I saw with that is just like Agape said, they didn't play as a team. You got all-stars on the bench, that bad coaching. You see Boston, they played 10 players, almost 10 players. And the Nets only play about 6 or 7 players. You know, and you got guys on the bench that's all-star players early in their career.
Yeah.
But, you know, you can't have, and they bashing, you know, Durant, you know, like last night he scored almost 40 points. So that's not satisfying, you know, because everybody say, okay, what did he do the other 3 games?
Yeah.
Well, one man ain't gonna beat 5 players.
That's right.
Right.
And you know, he's playing the minutes that he plays, but the bottom line is the organization. You let Kyrie deal with he did, you deserve that.
Yeah.
You know, that one person ruled your whole season up.
Yep. Basically.
And then he's gonna have a nerve to say the chemistry. Well, you the main chemistry.
Yeah, that's right.
You the main chemistry. So, you know, I hold the organization for what they did.
Yeah.
You know, I would have traded him. I would have traded him, even though he's a
get
good
him out
player.
of there.
You know, he's not going to make a team any better because he's selfish. You know,
well, and it's funny when you mentioned him, the other side popped in my head. We talked many times about him in the Sage at the stadium. Well, y'all know that saying "Rage Against the Machine." They had another sign up that said "Sage Against the Machine." So they were having a blast talking junk about them getting swept out of there last night.
And the other point I was going to make, Big T,
go ahead.
Is that's why I'm not an NBA fan. I'm a college fan, because when you try to predict one player is going to carry a whole team, come on, you can't. One player going to carry the whole team, and when he don't do his part, then everybody blames him.
Yep. Hey, we're seeing that with Denver with Joker. You know, I mean, he's whenever he goes, they go. You know, and so. All right, Bird, your thoughts.
I think the biggest one to me would be the Warriors getting beat and not finishing it out. And to me, I think it's just more so of just they were overconfident and thought that they was going to get that easy W, but it wasn't that easy.
So you think that's going to lead to them losing the series because they're still up 3-1?
No, I have them on my bracket winning the series, but I think that was just a lack of overconfidence.
Well, and I wouldn't say overconfident. I think what happened down the stretch, Birdman, they didn't make the plays.
Yeah.
They had the open shots. They missed a lot of open shots.
Yep.
They could have iced it. They just failed to do so. You know, and the other team won. They played great.
Yeah.
Bo Wonder and B. Smith agree with you, bro, Mel.
Well, hey, I agree with you guys. I think the Nets, that was the most surprising to me because it didn't surprise me they lost. It surprised me they got swept. So didn't see that one coming. All right, listen up, everybody. Catch this live edition of the show Tuesday night, 7 p.m. YouTube is the place. Go to the Love and Faith Radio YouTube channel, like, share, subscribe. And then on Thursday nights, catch the audio version, original crossover sports show. You can find it online at WLGFradio.com. You can also download the app, 100.7 WLGF app on Google Play and iTunes Store. When we come back, it's time for the wrap up.
Why so sad when the joy is here? What's the answer? Joy in the morning, the crossover. You can find them all right here on 100.7 WLJF. There's no need to be down when there's plenty of joy to go around. Get your daily dose and turn that frown upside down. Love and Faith Radio, 100.7 WLJF, the joy.
My name is Priscilla Van. I'm with Hometown Insurance Service. I'm an independent insurance agent that specializes in Medicare, senior solutions, life, and health. I work with dozens of companies so that I can offer you the appropriate coverage as well as the affordable price for your insurance needs. If I can help you, please contact me at my website, hometowninsuranceservice.com, or email me at hometown.inservice, or you can find me on Facebook at Hometown Insurance Service. Thank you.
Times are changing. We all have questions about the future. Join us as we find the answers through the Word of God.
Love and Faith Christian Fellowship invites you to join our congregation. One church, two locations, Greensboro and Kernersville.
We're helping people on their path to find God as we provide spiritual leadership and growth through diverse ministry.
Celebrating over 25 years of ministry. Join our Love and Faith community where Jesus Christ is Lord and the people are loved.
It's time now for the crossover wrap-up report. Send it back to the Tunnel Crew.
All right. Welcome back to At Home with the Crossover. Boy, that got my attention. I don't know about y'all.
Hey, Big T, I found out what it was on the boat.
What was it?
It was Sage Against the Machine.
Yeah, that's what that's what I said. Yeah,
and
man.
they had them going off like the world was flat.
Like it was flat. They were running off the side. Had the Loch Ness Monster out there floating around. And
making fun of Kyrie.
They're making fun of Kyrie. Had Bigfoot out there on the boat with him. I always loved it. When a team loses and they're knocked out of the playoff, I always like to watch them to see what they're going to do because they always have fun with that. All right. Well, it's time for our pick segment. The wrap-up segment here on the show, and we're going to recap the results from the last show. And Bro Mel went 3-1. Do y'all realize he went 4-0 the show before that? Bro Mel is 7-1 the last two shows, yo. The man is on fire. I mean, he is smoking. And everybody else went 2-2 except for TP. She went 1-3. So that's the results from our last show. The overall standings look like this. So Bro Mel, I think he was like 3 games behind me or something like that a couple of weeks ago. He done walked me down and passed me. He tied me last show, and now he done passed me. He's on top with 75 wins. I'm second with 74 wins. Radar's third with 70 wins. I ain't think Radar's going to be breathing down my throat. Aggie P is next with 68 wins. And if the playoffs started today, that would be your 4 right there. It would be Aggie P. It'd be Aggie P versus Bro Mel and Radar versus me. So, and then TP is just on the outside looking in. She's 67 wins, 1 game behind Aggie P. Birdman, 59 wins. He's 9 games back of 4th place. And Stats, 57 wins. He's 11 games back 4th place. So them guys got a lot of ground to make up. They're going to get into the Tunnel Crew first annual playoff.
I like a recount on those numbers.
So you like a recount?
Hey, Radar, can I make a motion? I like a recount, please.
I second that,
sir. All right. So the games for this week look like this. We picked basically said got the NBA playoffs. Got 2 series that are tied at 2 apiece, and those games are playing tonight. And we're supposed to pick the team that will lead series or win the series by the time the next show comes on. So that's the number 7 Timberwolves versus number 2 Grizzlies, or the number 8 Pelicans versus the number 1 Suns. By the way, Bird, do we have an update on that first game? I think, what is it, Timberwolves and Pelicans?
Timberwolves 19, Grizzlies 17.
Grizzlies, I meant, yeah. 19-17, T-Wolves leading. Okay. Then we got the Hurricanes. Talked to Larry earlier about them playing at the Rangers tonight, so we're picking that game, or that's one of the choices. You got Major League Baseball pick. Any team that you think will have a winning record between tonight and next Monday before we go on the air next Tuesday. And then the NFL draft is this Thursday, so you had a choice. You could pick your top 3 picks. You must get all 3 in the top 3. They don't have to be in order, but the top 3 has to be the same as what you said. And then finally, we got a USFL football game between Birmingham at 2-0 and New Orleans at 2-0, and that game is on Saturday. So the first man up with the picks is Bromel. Bromel, give us your picks, sir.
Hey, I'm taking the Timberwolves. I'm taking the Suns, the Hurricanes, and of course the Yankees.
All right. And Bromel has 6 weekly wins. That's for the purpose of tiebreakers. So if anybody's tied with him, he will win because he's got more than them right now. I'm next up. I'm taking the Timberwolves, the Suns, the Dodgers to have a winning record between now and next show. And I'm taking the New Orleans Breakers to win the USFL game. I've got 5 tiebreaker wins. Aggie P.
Yes, sir. I'm taking the Grizzlies, the Suns, Go Kings, and the Blue Jays.
Toronto Blue Jays. And Aggie P has 2 weekly wins for the tiebreaker.
I need to recap on that too.
TP is up next. I'll read hers. She has the Timberwolves, the Suns, the Hurricanes, and the New Orleans Breakers of the USFL. And she has 3 weekly wins for the tiebreaker. All right. Next up, Birdman.
All right, I got the Timberwolves, the Suns, my Yankees, and for my top 3 picks, I got Trevon Walker, Aiden Hutchinson, and Kevon Thibodeau.
There you go. So we'll see if you're right, Bird. Bird has 3 weekly wins for the tiebreaker. Next, we got Radar in the place. Can you read it, Radar?
I think I can manage.
You need to get somebody to read it for you?
No, I think I got it.
Okay, all right.
And by the way, bro, Mel, Penny B3 said, congrats on your place for beating BT right now. Hold the spot down, sir. That's what she told me to tell you, sir.
Hey, he coming hard for that spot, boy, that top spot.
Anyway, I just wanted to give it with the way she texted.
Okay.
Anyway, I got the T-Wolves, Suns, Blue Jays, and Birmingham. Those boys balling right now. I'm going to go with them right now.
Okay, and Radar has 3 weekly wins for the tiebreaker. Time for stats.
All right, I'm going to go with the young and upcoming Memphis Grizzlies to knock off the Timberwolves. I'm going to go with the New Orleans Pelicans to beat the overrated Phoenix Suns. I'm going with the Hurricanes, and I'm going to take the Pittsburgh Pirates to have a winning record this week.
Okay, all right. And Stats has 1 weekly win for the tiebreaker. All right, it is time for our shut up and play or candidate or shout out, and we will start with Blind Man Radar.
My shout out is to TP, even though I don't like the fact that she's an Aggie. Shout out to her for being a great businesswoman and also provide me with an internship. Thank you, TP.
There you go. Bromel.
Oh, yeah, I want to shout out to our new head basketball coach at Elon, Billy Taylor.
All right.
He's assistant at UNCG, been at Iowa. So we got to turn it into a new range. I think this may be the first black coach Elon has had as a head coach, so I correct myself and I do some more research, but I believe he's the first black head coach that Elon has had men's basketball.
All right. There you go. Aggie P.
Yeah, my shout out goes to J.R. Smith.
There you go. I saw that.
Academic Athlete of the
Year. I saw that.
4.0.
I saw that. Yeah, he did.
Hey,
that was big time.
That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna give him a shout out. Don't nobody do no research or nothing. Radar, you be quiet. 4.0 athlete of the year. Keep it moving.
Stats.
I don't want to hear Radar.
Oh, you gonna pull up?
Stats, sir.
Hey, I got a prop. My shout out is to Clayton Kershaw because he could have pitched a no-hitter, but Dave Roberts took him out 2 weeks ago against the Minnesota Twins. So he probably would have had number 2.
That's so wrong. Birdman.
But he's still going to the Hall of Fame.
Birdman.
And my shout out goes to each and every one of y'all for allowing me to do this draft thing. I appreciate it.
Hey, there you go. My shout outs to Luka. Congratulations on that 33 points and 13 rebounds last night. All right, for all the Tunnel Crew, I'm your man, Big T, signing off and saying, no matter where you are, look up and know that your creator is there. Till next time, see you, and we might want to be you.
That's all we have for you today. So be sure to join us next week for the crossover. And remember, the Tunnel Crew don't play unless we have something to say.